Hello again, and welcome back to Ecoletic. Hopefully, I'll check all my settings right quick so that we can make sure that everything is a-okay. Mic is on, and yeah, all that jazz is working. So, um, I was looking through old videos and I noticed that the darker background worked better, so I put a shirt on my desk. Make it work, okay? You gotta make it work with what you got. And yeah, I realized I'm missing like a bunch of spreads in between here and here. So I'm going to, I was like, do I just embrace the chaos? Because I've already made these beautiful spread like this and that. And then should I just like go on to the next one? But I'm also standing for some reason. I'll sit down. Let me grab my trusty dusty shavings eraser. You probably can't even see it. There. I also forgot that I was supposed to be having audio in my left ear. So I'll just do that really quick. I find my headphones are in the pocket of a coat, so I have to find those. But I've been procrastinating super bad. Let me show you my hands. I've been procrastinating super bad. That's why I'm like, I'm just going to start and get everything together once I've started. So, because I just literally just want to sleep right now after everything's done. But you know what? We're back in it and we're not going to stop. Headphones. Okay. So I can listen along with you guys. Oh, I should probably silence my phone. Okay. I'm really trying to make it work, guys. Oh no. Sorry, I've bumped my camera. The wrong ear. I want this ear. Okay. Pay me no mind, okay? Are they charged? Are they charged? They might be dead. Well, sorry, I'm gonna put my jacket back over there for a second. Why did I do that? The other thing. They're very likely dead. So we're gonna be flying blind for a little bit. Bear with me. Oh, I'm also sitting on this like spiky mat and I put like a cover on top of it and I'm afraid that it's not going to be soft enough. I'm sitting crisscross applesauce and I keep kneeing the coffee table. So, don't you love a good little bit of needless elaboration? We don't need all this, but isn't it just nice to have? Um, so what was I saying? I have been um oh wait, one sec. Okay, back. So it's like a little bit of behind the scenes, okay? No harm, no foul. Ah, I realized I can get like pretty close to the camera without my hand, like without my face actually like covering up the scene. So that's cool. There's like a delay. Um, But yeah. Um, I'm going to try to get more consistent, and I'm going to work on this. So a couple of things I've noticed. There were like a bunch of other spreads that I was supposed to leave space for, but I wanted to do the spreads that I knew how to do and do fast. These other spreads after this one are like all gamifying maxing. I guess I can verbally give it to you, but like it's better when you see it. It's like, let's do, for example, the first thing is a 3-part audit. What you are at your worst, who you are, you know, in general, and then if you were at your very best, what would you be? And then another 3-part audit of the person you want to be or somebody who already has done it. And then go through and make the stats. And I say level 10 life for this, so like each one of these I was gonna like, you know, do like level 10. I might not have 10. I'm going to make the stats as I go. I'm like actually going to be using my journal. I wish I would like have it all together. But if I had it together, then, you know, I wouldn't necessarily need to like use the system. Also, I meant to do this earlier. I think her legs are too long or her feet are too something, so I'm going to change that a little bit. Pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew. Cool. A little better. She looks like she's flying. Um, and I know it's like really hard. I feel bad. Another thing that I'm being doing is trying to make the pencil marks darker so that you can see them more. Um, but you see how many times I like mess up and I have to like restart or change things. And I just like the idea of having it in pencil. I know it's not very archival of me, but I do like a pencil being like the thing. So I know it's been like minutes and I haven't really even started, but try not to be like super critical. So yeah. I'm just gonna try and list out everything I need to do. Basically, this spread, I love it. I'm gonna move it. I was thinking, well, what would you have done? Because one, this isn't even like a new journal. I just kind of threw it in here and then like in the middle of another used journal because I'm like, you know what? I'm going to use up my journals. um, but so I should just embrace the chaos and just be like, you know what? More life stuff, more auditing stuff, more, you know, et cetera, et cetera. But I don't want to. I want to have these things in order. The only thing is I don't know how many spreads I will need and I don't want to waste pages. That's the whole point of not, you know, I don't want to waste pages. I have another journal just like this that's like empty. Like I think it's the exact same one. It's like some knockoff Leuchtturm. Um, oh, that's right. Oh, it's right here. Yay. I was like, I was gonna show other stuff in other journals that I had, and I do have it right next to me. So I was like, should I just embrace the chaos? And I'm like, I already wrote this out, but it's like not even that long of a thing. So I'm just gonna take my handy dandy eraser. It's all smudged, and I'm going to erase everything and make this journal usable and functional. Oh no, I hate that. Okay, I will say eraser shavings and eraser crinkles, maybe a touch of a con for, you know, the pencil users. But look at this. I don't have to cut pages. I don't have to change things. I can just redo it. Redo it. And because I like this setup, this spread of the game board, gamification, gaming, game of everything. Um, and since I like that, um, I think it's like pretty decent. Spread idea for this gamifying setup that I'm doing. Sorry for the truncated speaking. You know how focus is. I like to say I'm new to this, but like I'm not. I'm just like not experienced. Or rather, yeah, yeah, but like that's not the word I was gonna use. It's true, but like it's not the reason. So, and then this spread. I think I know all of the spreads that I was gonna do, but then I keep like looking at other spreads and I'm like, that could be something that could go in here. That sounds kind of nice. You can't see my hand. I'm over here. That could be like something. But um, but I'm like, you know what? You have to pick an endpoint at some point, and it can't be every single point. Do you guys have a bunch of old journals that you just oops, you just abandoned and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna whip that bad boy back out and start using it for something. It's not gonna be the same thing that I intended it to be, or it doesn't have to be the same thing that you intended it to be, like just something. I have a ton of journals. I actually finished a journal recently. That one was just a chaotic, eclectic mess. And I wanted to transfer some of the okay, I wanted to transfer some of the notes from one thread to another journal, but I or rather not but yeah, I wanted to do that and I was like, do you think that would be something that you would want like to have on stream, you know what I mean? A streaming thing of me, you know, just journal with me, transferring notes from one journal to another. One, and it's mostly like stuff that's like, this is a sloppy copy. But like, I feel like I know for a fact I would have done a better job with the small pencil. But I don't want to use up the eraser too much. And I like this thing. It's like kind of cool. I got it. It was like $1. And I'm like, you know what? This is fun. It makes me feel artistic. And I want to be an artist. So I should try to, you know, get things in my aesthetic and live life like that more. Another thing I'm thinking about is I'm like, I want to have more zen, but I'm a very talkative person and I don't know how that the mismatch of it. You know what I mean? Oh, and another thing I'm doing is this is like kind of silly, but I watched a video on somebody making a kneaded eraser by like using an eraser and like what do you call that? Graphite, like not pencils, like the shavings, or not the shavings but the powder. And so like you just put some graphite powder down and you keep erasing and then you keep putting graphite powder down and keep erasing. And then they also did like a even more budget version where they're like, just take a normal pencil, you're gonna take it and you're gonna you know, write, scribble on it. And yeah, you're gonna scribble on it, and that's gonna be your thing. That you're gonna erase over and over again until it does something. Oh, until it becomes like a kneaded eraser. And I'm like, what if I just save all of the shavings and eventually I will have enough shavings to make like a pretty decent kneaded eraser? I don't think that's enough, but you know, until then, like if I use the entire bottom half of this, you know, I don't like that it's dark. Yeah, I'm just gonna shake the whole coffee table, okay? That's better. Um, and use the entire whatchamacallit for I don't know, for you know, making a kneaded eraser. I think it's actually more is coming out than going in. So all right, now it's working. I also think I can just like rinse this off if I wanted to like get it to be more sticky. It's not sticky, it's more like I don't know, it's like almost powdery. I don't know how to describe it. It's not rubbery either. It's like powdery. But I honestly don't think this is that interesting to watch. And it's something that I can do on my own time as well. So me in a desperate attempt to try and collect more B-roll. I don't want it all in my fine. Get it all in my shirt. Okay. Another thing, if you ever write in chalk on your I have a bunch of chalk. Actually, it's what I'm using to prop up my I'm not gonna mess with it. But it's what I'm using to prop up my camera right now. And if it falls, I will be so sad. So leave it. I'm not going to I said I'm not gonna miss it. But if you write in chalk, it can like get in the crevices and slide down. I was like, why is there chalk? Oh, because this journal had chalk entries. Just regular white chalk. Okay. Because there's like 7 or 8 spreads that I want. Not even that many, but like because there's way more of them, I will be. Oh wait, let me memorize this pattern. Okay, it's still like visible, but like not just barely. Ghosting of the last guy. And then I'm just gonna move these spreads like so. I need pages, 2 pages for that, 2 pages for that, 2 pages for that. So maybe like here. Then I'm gonna do some maintenance and cleaning it up and stuff. I realize watching other people's things and they move so much faster than me. But that's just because they know what they're doing or something. I like this setup because a lot of people do calendar things, but for me, it's like if I knew when it was happening, then I wouldn't have to like for example, they'll just do a vertical calendar. So they'll have January 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way to 31, and then they'll have on the 7th I'm doing da 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 da. On the 8th I'm doing da 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 da. And I'm like, if I knew that, then I wouldn't necessarily need it. at least I wouldn't need it to be written like this. I'm doing this to figure out what I need. So there's the Alistair method, which I didn't explain, but I'll explain later. Which is just you write down the things, the events that are happening, and then decide or space out or plan or put them where they are. And then I'm also probably going to have like somebody said infrequent tasks. I can probably just use the bottom third of this or like here, and it would just be like, clean out the refrigerator, and that's like every 4 months. So I can just do like 1, 2, 3, I'll clean that and then decide on what like literal day I'm about to do it. You know what I mean? Dang it. No. There are eraser shavings everywhere. I'm trying to like save them. So yeah, I'll try to be engaged, but I also might be more active. I'm sorry, I got distracted by watching myself just now. I'm sure we've all like seen the same spreads. So it's like I don't know what I'm doing with this, but maybe I should just make a line and then figure out where the breaks are gonna be. These are the breaks. Break it up, break it up, break it down. There needs to be more something here. I don't necessarily like them. I don't want to erase them though. Maybe I'll just do 3 and then we'll figure the rest out later. Because I want them to be very neat. Just very, these are the events that I'm having, or that are happening, and how I feel about it. I think that these are misspaced. Yes, this one needs to be up 1. I don't like the way they look anyway, so I'll just rewrite them. I mean, I don't hate them at all. I just was like, I wish they were a little, and now that I have a reason to rewrite them, it feels less cruel. The 2 is like too low, so I'm just gonna bring the 0 down a little bit to kind of balance that out. There's still a bit of a ghosting there, but that's fine. So are you guys like okay with eyeballing stuff, or does it have to be like ruler specific? Oh, I'm okay with eyeballing stuff. But I can imagine if you aren't okay with that, that makes sense. I just want them to match, bro. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Um, yeah, I feel like that's a little bit more balanced. Yep. So this can get out, and then that can be established. And I'll look at that again later. Oh, here is my year to glance spread. I already filled in most of the years, or the days of the week, of days of the months of the year. Um, and I haven't labeled them at all, but this is January, February, March, all the way down in order. Um, I like this days of the month spread. I have my trusty dusty recalibration thing to try and make it more sharp. I just think that this might be the level of sharpness that my camera is able to pick up, unfortunately. Um, but yeah, so I think it's like, I don't know, a little bit relaxing and calming. Oh, the reason why I have it like this, and I'm also going to draw like stark lines, is because I think I like to see the relations of the months and I like the spatialness. I have used other year to glance setups in the past, like the standardized one, and I did see one that I liked kind of, but it took up too many pages in my opinion. I don't know, I'm very frugal with my pages, but it was just like the months here and then across the other side, and then like the next page would also be the rest of the months, and then you'd also have a vertical calendar where you would put your events. um I think that would work great once I have my time management more locked in, you know what I mean? um and that was also back when I was like using pen and stuff, and it went, interesting. But once I have like my time management and stuff locked in, I feel like that would work great because it's like then I kind of already know when things are happening, and I guess I could like just log that the things are happening rather than trying to utilize the journal to figure out when the things are happening. So, okay, I'm gonna, go all the way out here. I didn't even think it's gonna reach all the way out here, but I just decided to make some lines. I used to have like I actually still have a ruler in the back of that journal that I just showed you. That was my first Leuchtturm. And before that I used a bullet journal in a regular, like one of those pages that you would get from like a fair that has like support your hospital or support your, or not support, but like this is like a bank or something journal. And I used to journal in one of those, just like a small little, I don't even know what size that would be. Definitely smaller than an A5. It was like a half size. um and I would just journal in those. I'm looking around to see if I have one at hand, and I think it's in that dresser right over there, so I'm not gonna go get it. But I used to, journal in like those tiny notebooks that are lined, and I would do all the bullet journal spreads and everything. And I don't know, it was kind of funny. But yeah, aesthetics are important. I said I might as well finish out the straight line brigades here. Yeah, because I am gonna just write these out. Because I'm like kind of a little bit frazzled, I'll just jump back to here and finish writing these out. You know, it's like you can just switch it up. One thing I always do, or not always, but I do a lot, is I'll go to like 1920, and then I'll, instead of writing 20, I'll write 12 because I'm like, there's a two, and I'll just write the one, and then I'll be like two. Or I'll just write like a wrong, completely wrong number a lot of the times. See, look, 16, 16. And I'm like, it still makes sense to me, even when I was saying it. I'm like, that's wrong. No, wait, that makes sense. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Ooh, I don't know what month I'm on. I'm gonna add a 31, even though it probably doesn't have one. I'm pretty sure it doesn't because um, these two right next to each other already have a 31, and I think those are the only two that have are next to each other with 31. But I can always erase it. Thank goodness for pencils. Am I right? 6, 7, 8, 10, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm just gonna write in 31. Oh, I meant to say, okay, August started on a Saturday, which I did not have enough dots. My dots technically end here. And August has 31 days, so I just built out some boxes. I also built out what month is this? 5 May. I also built out May. Um a little, just one block. I'm okay with this. I like seeing them. I like knowing that um October and September are 1 month apart. I'm sorry, I'm like mentally tired, but I'm more vibrant than I was yesterday. So that's nice. I don't know. Yeah, I'm feeling quite a bit fatigued, but that is okay. Yeah, they're I like knowing that they're like one day over. So like the Friday was on the 4th. So this next Friday was on the 3rd. Does that make sense? The 4th was a Friday, and then the 4th was in September. The 4th is a Friday, and October the 4th is a Wednesday. I mean Friday, Saturday. But words, numbers, everything. Anyway, I like knowing that. It just gives me, I don't know, a little. I like it. Um, I don't think it actually has that much of a benefit, but I like it. So I'm sure there's benefit in there somewhere. I'm very visual, so I do enjoy doing like seeing the visualness of like different ones. Like I like that knowing that the 10th on this month and the 10th in this month are one offset, but also the 10th, like it's, I know because it starts on Sunday, that the months will be the exact same as they were in, what do you call that? March and February. 12, 13. See, I almost did 16. That's another reason why I like pencil, because like I will write the wrong number. Then I'll just be like, man, unless I'm like really, really focused, it will just be, you know, the wrong number sometimes. And I'm just gonna have to deal with that or try and use whiteout. And with the one journal that I had, which had like a cream color instead of white, I don't think they make cream. They probably do make cream whiteout, but I, probably like for $30 or like probably more realistically like $5. But I don't want to spend $5 on cream whiteout because I will be using that thing, you know, because it's literally, I did it at one, I did every line so far that I've written. I've made one little tiny mistake. And I think that's like demoralizing. Also, it doesn't make sense for me to do it twice. Once in pencil and then once in ink when I could just do it in pencil. Just in case. I'm gonna go check back and check on which months I'm actually doing in a sec. But for now, all of the months have 31. Like that poem. 31 days has September, 31 days has the rest. 6, 7, 8. Oh, December and September. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24. See, look, that would have been something I'd have to white out. I didn't even do anything wrong that time. I just wrote it too close. 4, 25. Not Christmas. Not me messing up Christmas. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Okay. So that's the year at the glance. The glance. I do like this style. And then I'm gonna go through and write the weeks. So that's Saturday, and this is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Dots. Where are the external categories over here for these guys? Okay. Monday. All right. So now that we've done that, we can add, I'm going to add like a harsh, thick line here between the months. And I'm going to darken them to know when the start of the week is. I asked in the last video, but if you guys are Monday or Sunday start, and I'm like, I'm perfectly fine with people like starting the activities of the week on Monday. I mean, I think that makes sense. You don't really do a lot. Well, unless you're like one of those people who does everything on Sunday. I'm not that person. But, you know, if you're doing the Sunday stuff, like, I understand like it being like, oh, this is the end of the last day of the rest period, and I have to jump back in. The thing I don't understand is the calendar. It's like the calendar has had a look for a long time, and it does the Sunday thing, and you're like mucking it up if you like, you know, don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But now I know that Christmas is on a Friday. Ooh. And I probably should have known that because isn't that like this year it was a Thursday, so next year it's gonna be on a Friday unless it's a leap year. You know what I mean? So I'm probably just gonna do like this and then like like that and then like that and then like this. Because I don't know if I necessarily want a thick. No, I want it. I want a thick black line at the end. Oops. Kind of like booking off the end of here. Let's see. Do I still like it? Yeah. Okay. So, here to glance. And because it mirrors the way I do my weekly or my monthly, I don't do, well, I actually do weekly. I don't know why I'm saying what I'm trying to say. I don't do like a vertical, like weekly thing. The monthly spread and the yearly spread are the same. If that makes sense. That doesn't make sense. Pretend it made it sense. Pretend it made it sense, okay? That one's pretty much almost done. I guess I could write the numbers, the letters more neatly. December. Okay. Cool. Um, yeah. I don't know if I'll actually show these all filled out because it's gonna be full of my stuff, my information. Oh, I also realized the shoulders are too low. It needs to be up here. So I can fix that. Kind of like a real vacuum, where it becomes a point where your vacuum starts dropping dust, and you're like, dang it. Okay. Wait, what dot was it? Mm, mm. I'm gonna see here. Is the background popping? I think it's working. So you can see the wrinkles in the shirt. It's a little unfortunate. But at least like popsicle sticks and whatnot won't show randomly up. Was it here? Oh, supposed to be wider. Hmm. So I think the next part here, the next month my stats will be. I think it's supposed to be next 3 months, but or 6 months. But I'll make that a defining date later, and then the quests that I'm going to be doing, like a log of the quests. Then next I'm going to have defining all of the variables. So what is, you know, how many points do I need for a level 1? How many, points do I need for like a level 6 and all that jazz? Um, and what does like a rank look like? What does a B rank look like? What is a C rank? An S rank? And do I want to be an S rank in every level? I don't think so. So I'm just gonna put defining stats here. Um, yeah. Is that what I'm doing in this page? It might be on this side, and this might be the audit. And then define the stats. And then I have to define my most weak stat. And then that's the stat I'll be working on. And then, so I'm going to put audit. And then I'm going to leave room for more of that. Then I'm going to define this stat. Define stats. These are gonna be more. Oh, it's so blurry. Sorry, it was blurry, but I'm on a delay. I'm going to be defining stats. What does that even mean? So I'm going to be defining the stats. It's going to be very like a simple breakdown, I think. Let me look at what I wrote. Hmm. Yes, so like not only what the stats mean, but also what are, like, for example, things that would be um like, hold on. Oh, it's in here. It's in my secret part of the journal. I'll appease you with the steps to make the bookmark. Um, it's not even a secret. I just wrote really sloppily here. Yeah, like what are my daily quests? What are my what's my equipment? What is um ooh, hold on. Who did I miss? Mm, mm, mm. Okay. Okay. So it's like challenges. You can kind of see me reading it. Challenges. Okay, for example, potions. Like when I wake up and I drink, um, at least 64 ounces of water, and maybe I'll get coffee or a tea. Like tea will be like a calming tea or something like that, or coffee, or even like a candle that has a certain scent that's like, oh, this is the focus candle, or like juice shots, prebiotic or pre-workout drink, smoothies, things of that nature. Those are like potions. Then cantrip, which is like spells, but you don't actually have to do anything to do them. Spells like uh for example, I said like a 15-minute NSCR or a 5-minute NSCR, a nap, um, a like meditate or listen to music for 5 minutes that are will set your mood. Listen slash sing. So that kind of thing. I have to define those, and then I'm gonna have to make a skill tree. Skill tree. Tree. And so I can do those things. And when I have them done, I can show you so that you can, because that's kind of cool. The skill tree is kind of like a mind map of different, like, hobbies, habits, and things that you want to do and pursue. And then if once you start pursuing them, there are deeper levels that you can go. Um, and then when you like make those deeper levels and deeper connections, it kind of like it can lean you down like a different branch, or you can go to a different one, and you can do multiple at the same time. But like once you have to get like a certain number of points to get to like leveling up and stuff. And then also you can kind of like once you get there, you can kind of see what the next more detailed step is, but you can't do it before that. And I think, oh, here's the spread that I probably will do right now. So this is the project management spread and the time management spread, which is kind of very similar. Um, I did write this down, but it's not here. Where is it? Oh no. Did I write it on another piece of paper? Just somewhere in the wild? Um, well, oh, maybe it's in here. Hopefully it's in here. It's on a post-it note. Okay. I remember writing it on a post-it note. It's on a post-it note. And the post-it notes, not those ones. These ones there. Got it. It's on a post-it note. Okay. Yes. So I'm going to take this post-it note, which is defining my skills. And I'll put you here. Oh, yeah. I'm reading the notes. Oh my god, I forgot that I wrote that. Boss fights. Yes. So I also have to define boss fights, which are different than quests, and then floor bosses, which are different than boss fights. So like once I reach level 10, I might hit a floor boss. That's like something like really big, like, you know, present your project in front of, you know, management or something. And then so I'll just put this one here. This is just a bunch of stuff as well. It's like XP, stats that you can give yourself, things of that nature. And then like the, I guess, prize of, for example, like if I defeat a floor boss, like, I don't know. Oh, I got one. A floor boss, like, having maybe, I don't even know if you can see, but like having like 1,000 subscribers be a pretty big floor boss. And once you beat the floor boss, you can give yourself like a little bit of a prize, a nice prize, a big prize, something like I don't know. This guy said, I was watching a video and he said something like a solo trip, and I'm like, a solo trip might be too much for me, but you know what? Solo trip, you live it, live your life. One moment. See, this is why it's important to check your settings, okay? Because sometimes your settings are not set up and you will be in a private live all by yourself. That's okay. This is just something I don't know how to do. But you know what? I'm going to keep going and then I'll figure that out after. Um, yeah, we'll figure that out after. So I have the boss fights and things of that nature all done. So after we've defined, there's like this is like the 7 or 8 things, and I was like, self audit, audit of the person that I'm trying to be, barriers, barriers, minus skills, plus resources. So I write the barrier, then I write the skill or resource. Like, I think I'm gonna write skills and resources and then barriers. And I'm gonna do one of those, like, have you ever done that in school? Where it's like matching, it's like apple, tree, alligator, river, or whatever. I don't think alligators either grow in the sea or the river. Anyway, and then you like do one of those matching type things. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing that. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I had a question that I was like, oh, I should get some advice on this one. But I cannot remember what the question was, and I will get back to you when I do. Yeah, skills and audits. Should I pull out another post-it note? What is this one for? The curriculum. I could just put that one here. That makes sense, right? In the skill tree section. Okay. Did I show you? I stuck my. I pulled off a. Sometimes I don't know if I already showed you, but I pulled off a pad of sticky notes from the main section of sticky notes. I like to use the base of the sticky note to kind of write on. So I like leave some of the times I leave the sticky notes there, but I need more sticky notes. And so I'll like pull a chunk off and I'll just stick it to something. And I stuck it to the back of an oatmeal packet because it was there. Okay. I just had oatmeal and I was like, I need to stick this on so that the sticky doesn't get, you know how the sticky gets messed up if you leave it out, it gets completely covered. So that's just a silly thing that I did. But yeah. Um, what was the other thing? I literally pulled the post-it note off, and then I was like, "Does it go here, here, or here?" And that was enough for me to eradicate what was already floating in my brain. Oh, what was it? Barrier. I'll look up how to spell that later. No, wait. Skills and resources. Versus barrier. Pew, 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 pew. Cool. That'll make sense to me. Oh, it's a little messy. Where, what? I just wrote, oh, I was like, I literally just wrote that somewhere. I don't like the double lines, actually. And this will also help me define what the top skills that I need to create moving forward that will get me to where I need to go. Oh, it's messy. Ew, chaos. Ew. Okay. So now that I know that, more quest titles, boss fights, 4 bosses, resources. Oh, passives. Those are fun. Passives are like, it's been the whole day and I have not felt like scrolling. It's like I've gained me. I no longer need that, or I no longer feel like getting on my phone. Passive. Or I'm trying to cultivate initiative right now. So I will get out there and do things even when I don't have all of what I think I need, or I haven't fully assessed it. I will still get out there and do it because cultivating passives is important. And I haven't really done a lot of writing yet. And I think I'm just gonna. Is this enough? Is this enough space? I didn't leave space for the. Dang it. Okay. This will be the page for the time management spread and the project management. Management. Time management spread. Ugh, my face feels dry. Put some moisturizer on. It's just around my nose. Like having to rub my nose out. Anyway, now we get to our fun spreads that we've already made before. I'm still trying to figure out if I do the inbox. I think I'm not going to do the inbox here next to the days of the month. I think I'm going to do a bigger version of the events next to the dates of the month, like a vertical calendar of the events, even though I don't know them. And then I will put the inbox. Whoa, what's going on here? Did I stick my sticky? Oh, there's like a dot of something. What is that? I have no idea what that is. It's a sticky piece of paper. Was it sticky note? I wonder if that came from like the store, or like, was that just because it's been in the drawer or something? Like what? Anyway, now I'm just like, ooh, fascinated. And I've lost my train of thought. And there it goes. There it goes. Because these guys with all the post-it notes and stuff are so complex and they got like a lot going on, I might work on them and then show you guys after. But I'm going to figure out how to make the stream live and public immediately as I stream, because I think that will help me. And then I'm also going to take a break, and then I'm going to jump back into the funner spreads, and I'm going to actually start working on them. Man, what was I just saying? I wonder if I could like see if it were live. I would just go back and be like, oh, that's what I was just saying. Yeah, so I think I'm going to have the calendar inbox, and then no, I'm sorry, monthly, then calendar, and then event calendar, then inbox, habit, sleep log. I'm gonna do a little bit different than well, not really actually. I'm doing the same stuff, but I like to think it's slightly different because it's a new month, vamp it up, and then I'm gonna go into my weekly spreads, which I don't know. I feel like they're like a waste of like pages. Just like the way I've been doing it is just like such a I don't necessarily journal for like the um well, I'm trying to journal more for like the setup rather than the logging of things that have passed. Although I primarily am journaling for the logging of things, you know? Man, I wish I could like keep pace and stuff. So I haven't scripted this obviously. But yeah, I'm gonna come back. Could do like a part 2.5. And then if I need to, I'll do a part 3. And then I'll finish out with the full display of all of the spreads. It's very minimalist, not very minimalistic, but I'm not using color and I'm just using a pencil. And hopefully this will be enough to get me to where I'm going. Yes. Oh, wait. That's what I was going to say. Something about old spreads. Yes, so this is like an old spread from like a way throwback. Um, and the way I use it is to log. So if you look, there's just like for example, I'll give myself a plus for yoga, Sudoku, memory games, vacuuming, cleaning, doing a video, or running, water intake, waking up early between like my wake up window. And so I'll give myself a plus on those things. And then I can give myself a minus on like, screen time or etc. etc. And when I do those things, that will um attribute to my stats and points and stuff in my gamified side. Not that one. In my gamified side. Okay. So that'll attribute to points and stats. And I log my points and stats on one of these pages. Probably the defining stats and skill tree one. So this I think will help me out more than just the regular logging that I do. So I'm gonna write at the top of this, even though that's management project. Okay. So then we got calendar. Then I'm gonna do events. Events. And then I'm gonna do habit and then sleep log. And that should cue me for the rest of this. Okay, so I'm gonna come back. I'll see you in, like, you know, a little bit, like, not that long. And thank you so much for watching. Check me out. Let me know if you guys would like to see more stuff. And yeah. All right, have a good one. All right, see you. I'm gonna figure everything out and I'll be back.